The global population will grow from 7 to 9 billion people in 40 years, representing the most significant challenge of our time. Adding further complexity are scarce natural resources, water shortages, changing diets, urbanization, climate change, politics, and financial markets. To sustainably feed the world by 2050 and conserve the natural resource base, we must increase agricultural productivity. At the World Food Prize Symposium, the Global Harvest Initiative released its third annual Global Agricultural Productivity Report. The GAP report serves as a benchmark of the progress made towards sustainably doubling agricultural output over the next 40 years.
There is no substitute for getting agricultural productivity up. That's absolutely a sine qua non. I mean, you have to do it.
I think that that's what the Global Agricultural Productivity Report does every year, is it draws in new audiences and helps them fully understand the value of increasing productivity.
The GAP report measures productivity growth in terms of total factor productivity, or TFP.
What total factor productivity tries to do is looks at all of the resources being used in agricultural production and says, can we use those resources more efficiently? That allows us to get more output from that whole bundle of inputs.
The GAP report features the signature GAP Index, an annual measurement comparing the rate of total factor productivity growth against the growth rate needed to feed the world in 2050. An average growth rate of 1.75 is required to meet global needs. This year's report indicates that global TFP is rising at an average annual rate of 1.84%. Even while the global rate is above the necessary target, some regional rates are tracking poorly and warrant increased attention.
Of greatest concern to me is the continued stagnant productivity picture for sub-Saharan Africa.
In sub-Saharan Africa, at the current rate of productivity growth, only 13% of the region's food demand can be met. The GAP report also finds varying food demand gaps in the regions of East Asia, South and Southeast Asia, and the Middle East and North Africa. In contrast, at the current rate of productivity growth, the Latin America and Caribbean region will produce a substantial food surplus by 2030. The GAP report focuses on several policies to address these regional challenges and finds that investments made more than a decade ago have produced significant increases in agricultural productivity overall.
We're benefiting today because of decisions that were made over the last several decades. We need to be wise about the ones that we're making today so people 20 years from now are saying the same thing.
There is about 2 to 3 billion additional people that will be emerging and having access to a better diet, and those people will require animal protein in their diets.
We're able to reach people on the issues that they need while they're in a field looking at a real live problem. So all of a sudden reach becomes an information technology issue.
Trade is going to be absolutely essential to moving the food from where it's produced to where it gets processed and consumed.
Agricultural productivity can be a growth engine, leading to improved food systems, economic transformation, and poverty reduction.
And that's the power of the GAP report. We can look at that data, and it is a snapshot in time, but it also says what are some of the investments you need to make now that then start to pay off 5, 10, and sometimes even 15 years from now.
A finite planet's challenges can be met with infinite innovation, technology, and determination. The Global Harvest Initiative believes the right policies can improve global food and nutrition security by accelerating agricultural productivity gains while conserving natural resources. Learn more at globalharvestinitiative.org.